Hello, Holly. How are you today?
Good. Hi, Mike. Good to see you.
You too. Well, listen, I really appreciate you just taking some time today because sometimes people who are thinking about getting help with coaching with their business, they have questions and they have concerns. So from time to time, I just like to interview people who I'm working with or have worked with and just have them share what their experience has been with coaching. And it sounds a whole lot better coming from them than from me. And y'all are more likely to actually talk about real challenges. So if that's okay with you, we'll go ahead and jump in.
Yeah, well, thank you. So about me. Like I said, I'm Holly Simpson and I own Simpson Law Firm. And I started my own business about 2.5 years ago. And so I went to law school and learned the law, and we do estate planning and elder law. So we help people with that. So I knew the law, but I had never run a business before. I'd worked for some other people, I'd worked for a couple of firms. I had no idea how to run a business, but I love running a business. I have to say that I love it. I always wanted to. So I'm so glad I did it. But you realize that you might be a specialist in some areas, but I was a real rookie at running a business. And so I was looking all over for information. So lucky that I stumbled upon Mike and coaching, because it's been extremely helpful to help fill in the gaps that law school didn't teach me. Uh, there's so many things.
Yeah.
You make a lot of mistakes as a new business owner, especially when you haven't done that before. Um, and a lot of things I wasn't aware of and wasn't paying attention to that were so important that now that I know these things, um, revenue for one, like looking at my books the right way. I want to say my revenue's about doubled since I started talking to Mike, and that's been like 8 months. Just knowing what numbers to look at in your business. I just knew the money was coming in, but I wasn't paying too much attention of how it was coming in or where it's going, just that it was coming in, right?
Yeah.
And
Well,
no,
you've done, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was going to
yeah,
give you
no,
a bump
yeah,
there.
just I was gonna say, helping me look at the books in the right way, and then also a key takeaway was what Mike calls the HVA, the highest value activity, and just helping
Yeah.
me figure out what that is, the value that I bring to the business, as well as what my employees do, and just kind of getting the right employees in the right seats so that they can operate at their highest value activity. And it helped our revenue immensely. Like I can't even tell you how much. So
Yeah. You've just done, you've really done an amazing job too, because a coach can teach, a coach can share, but at the end of the day, the credit goes to the business owner who's able to take that and find a workable way to implement it in their business. And you've just done an amazing job because it shows. And I'm really glad that you shared what you did about how much you enjoy being a CEO because um, most business owners, when they start as a business owner, they're a doer most of the time, and then there's a little bit of business to run, and they never really they don't really get an opportunity to know what running and leading a business looks and feels like. And most of them, once they start doing it, they actually enjoy it because it adds a new level of excitement. So you've definitely done that. I had one question. You talked about the right people in the right seats on the bus, and I know that you had a really big challenge to navigate, and it's a very common challenge that business owners navigate with people in different seats in the bus. And just anything that you might share about that, I think would be helpful to other business owners because they deal with these challenges too.
yeah, so like I say, I was a rookie. I made a lot of mistakes, but I think it's okay, right?
Absolutely.
I think
Yeah,
Mike
we
helped me learn
we
too.
all start there.
Yeah,
Yeah, we all
it's
start
part of the
there.
process. As part of learning and growing and making mistakes, learning from those mistakes, and you probably don't repeat those mistakes. Hopefully, I don't repeat some of these mistakes. Luckily, they haven't killed the business or anything. But yeah, they're challenging things. Brought on someone that was amazing, so talented, so great, and probably just gave that person probably lot too much money, too much control of the company. But in time, as we go through, and had a great working relationship with this person, when we're really looking at the numbers, it really wasn't, I guess we'd say, not in the right seat, and was really not bringing the most value to the company. And it was, oh, such a hard conversation. And Mike and I had lots and lots of coaching calls about how to have this conversation with this person who I really liked. I still do really like, really appreciate. and it was hard. It took a couple months and for me to get the courage to do it. But so grateful, so glad that I did it, because it does waste a lot of your mental energy trying to,
Yeah.
you're stuck in trying to figure out these problems versus just kind of taking care of them. Even though it was really, really hard. And I hope not to have to do that again, but I
Yeah.
feel confident that if I had to, I could probably do it again now that I did it once.
Yeah. Well, that's, and you really touched on it. It's the weight that you relieve, the weight that you take off your shoulders. And when you count up all the time and energy that's being spent on holding off on making big decisions, either because you don't know how to do it, don't want to do it, whatever.
Yeah.
And you went about it the right way because we got details and facts and really thought things through. And it really just, I think the thing that's most interesting is we didn't start off with the idea that this person's in the wrong seat on the bus. It
No.
was really, we were all working together, looking at the numbers, the productivity, who did what, highest value activities. And as we started digging deeper and deeper, we found out that you were doing 90% or more of the CEO work to begin with. And it just started to open up this whole idea that, wow, if we could make a few tweaks here, the productivity of the firm should really pick up substantially. And that's, when you
Right.
did that, that's exactly what happened. So
It's true. Yeah, because
really,
that happened a couple of months ago, and just the last couple of months have been our biggest months ever. So
yeah,
just changing around those seats, having those difficult conversations, knowing, just having the knowledge that you shared
yeah,
about putting people in those seats. So yeah, extremely, extremely helpful.
yeah. Well, good for you too. You deserve the credit there. So one question I like to ask is, if someone is thinking about coaching, is there anything that you've gotten out of coaching or working with me that you didn't expect? So you have the things you do expect, growth in sales and all that, but anything that you didn't expect, something that was a bonus?
Yeah, I expected the help with the business and some, mentoring that way. But what I didn't expect was the thought work, which is extremely helpful. And I don't know if, Mike is great at teaching about thought work. And thought work, I guess, in a nutshell, Mike could say it better than I could. It's just, how you think about your business,
Right.
and what goes on in the internal dialogue in your head, kind of your self-talk, and how important that is to just goal setting and to your enjoyment of the business.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get in the business, I know, and sometimes it gets so busy and I've had times you start to feel a little bit resentful of your business because overtaking your life sometimes. And
Yeah.
but realizing that it's me and my thoughts about the business that are creating those feelings, and that I have control over changing those thoughts so I don't have to feel resentful.
That's right. It's
Yeah.
amazing when we realize that everything is neutral until we give it a meaning, right?
Yeah. So didn't expect that at all.
Yeah. That was a big learning for me too, early in my coaching journey, just realizing that, the sign up there says be, do, have, and the be, you can only do so much. And after you've done all you can do, we have to change who we are and our skill set. So you've done a great job with that. Well, one last question, just anything else that you'd want to share with someone who's thinking about hiring me or someone else as a coach?
Yeah, I'd say don't wait, because I think the best investment in your business that you make is your investment in yourself. And the best investment in yourself could be learning how to run your business better. So I plan to always have a coach in one capacity or the other. I think it's helped me grow my business far faster, quicker. Hopefully, I know I've made mistakes, but I think I've also avoided some mistakes by having a coach that I see other business owners doing. And I also feel like it helps my business not stay stuck. So I feel like it's a super good idea to invest in yourself as the business owner, because that's going to help your business more than anything.
Yeah. Well, again, you've done a great job. You've implemented a lot, and I'm glad your business is heading in the right direction. And again, I know you've got an appointment coming up, so thank you for your time. This is going to be really helpful information to other business owners who are thinking about hiring me as a coach.
Yeah,
So,
I highly recommend Mike.
Awesome. Well, thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you for everything.
You have a great afternoon, and I will look forward to talking to you soon.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Take